What's up, YouTube? This is D. Kind of beat, man. Bringing you in for a really up-to-date update for this week's Sunday swim. You know how it is. You run around doing some dad stuff, and just when all the dad stuff ends, you leave BJ's, you go to the supermarket, you get the loaf of bread, you get the detergent, get all that. Had to run off and get a little something for myself. And yeah, I spent the end of the day, just going to one of my places over here, Amazing Aquariums, and they had some special fish that I was looking for, so I had to make a lot of changes. And let's go check them out. Well, here they are in the little tank over here, and they are some beautiful threadfins. Some threadfin rainbows. I'm always on the lookout for some hard to find fish. I was really going to Amazing to find some more celestial pearl Daniels, but of course I had to run the errands. I had to go to BJ's and 10 other places, yada yada yada. Long story short, they sold them on me, so I was not able to complete my set. I still have this lonely 2 over here. I had 3, but 1 didn't make the cut. And I did run into these beautiful threadfins, man. They're really beautiful fish. They're still stressed out from the trip over, if I can focus. I'm looking forward to them coloring up. One of the rarities when you get these fish, you tend to always find the males, and I was actually lucky enough to find some females, so I had to go get these guys. And when you can find certain fish, you just got to jump on them. Of course, there's a lot of fish in here. This is my little nano setup here. So I had to make a move, and you'll notice that my amigos, the dwarf rainbows have been moved. I moved them to the 20 extra high. The only neighbors these guys have in here are the little shrimplets, and I'm hoping they don't screw around with my shrimplets over here. And my Gadaid fry, which are getting a little bigger. They've been shooting around. They're used to hanging out with those rainbows, and those rainbows are fast swimmers. So you can see I got a few Gadaid fry here, and they're doing well. I'm gonna probably move some more over here. I know you guys are saying this is a little tank, this is a little nano tank, but what better fish to have in a little nano tank than fry? And I really wanted to have a bunch of celestial pearls, so if I do happen to be able to find those guys, I may move the rainbows into the tank next door, because I really wanted to have the celestial pearls. They're really beautiful fish. I was hoping to try to breed these guys. And you know, sometimes they gotta go. Nobody's gonna wait for you when it comes to certain fish, especially these hard to find fish. You don't just find them in good shape in any store. But especially when you get the female threadfins, you got to jump on them, because they're almost a very, very rare find. You'll know the males have the long, extended threadfin, in which they're known for. The females are usually a rounded body, more plain-looking fish. I wasn't worried about finding the males. You're usually always able to find those, but when you can find the female fish, you got to jump on them. And got a beautiful black neocaridina there. I know it's hard to focus. This light is surprisingly bright in this tank, my little LED light. And this tank is in the window, so I really don't need that much light. But on the weekends, I love to sit and take a shot of my tank here, and especially the shrimp, which are very hard to find in here. Yeah, so I had to move those guys, and they're looking pretty good over here. And every time I look at this tank, I notice that the clams move. This guy is back in the corner. The other one is way back in the cut somewhere. You never think that those inverts move like they do, but they definitely do. So they're looking good. The tank is a little bit hot. I got to change the battery in my little thermometer here, but it was looking like 78. I like to keep this tank cooler. But let's go take a look at the rainbows, the dwarf rainbows' new home. Okay, there they are. You can see these guys are jumped right into the mix. If I can focus on that. Hard to focus with this bright light. There's the 1, the 2, the third one should be somewhere in the cut. They always stay together. I just moved them, so they're a little bit like, what the hell is going on here? But they're in a bigger tank with a lot more greenery. And I love the little dwarf rainbows. When they get accustomed to the tank, they color up really nicely, and these guys are really pretty. If you've seen any of my other videos, trying to get that focus together with this bright light here. Remember that garage light? Oh, it's super bright. Yeah, so they're looking good in here. I also have some guppy females in here. You'll see a big mama that's just like staring right into the camera. There she is. Stares right into the camera like, what you looking at? And there's some, oh, there's the third one. He's down there, just kind of exploring. And of course, there's my school of rummy nose. I have about 9 in there, I think. What do I have? I had 7, 8, 9, 10. I might have 9 or 10 in there, but they're awesome, just always on the move. The tank has gone through its little breakup phase. I had to switch out some stuff, and I put that big rock in there, if you remember from the last video. I had this guy, this plant stuck down there. I believe that's Halmeda. I'm probably wrong, but you know, I'm getting old. It was rooted down. I had it wedged between the rocks. I don't know what happened. Probably try to wedge it back in there like this one. And just give the fish a lot of cover. I'm trying to really cover the bottom of this tank, which is hard to do because it's 2 feet high. And you'll see I have a harem of betas in there. I have my split tail. Split tail, there you go, that's better. 2 split tail females there, 3 split tails, well, 2 split tails and a splendens in there, and they're doing fine. They get along well. Just constantly cutting this pothos because this pothos roots up very, very thick. You can see all the roots. I'm constantly cutting roots and trimming the leggy pothos. You can see here when it gets leggy, if there's no growth on it like this, once it gets leggy like that, I'll trim that piece off, because at that point all it's doing is absorbing the water out of your tank. If you have pothos and it's growing really well, believe me, it's sucking water out of the tank. I always have this gap within 2 to 3 days, and if I walk past, I usually feel moisture on the leaves, especially in the morning. In the morning, these leaves have water on them, and it's not leaking. It's actually sucking it right out of the tank. So just be advised, if you're growing pothos, it does suck a lot of nutrients out of the tank, which are usually used by your other plants. So you definitely have to probably keep an eye on that. And the plants start looking a little leggy like that, you might want to add some flourish or some, you know, some more ferts to the water, just to make sure that they're not kicking over and getting starved. So I see this little guppy just kind of tapping on that dwarf rainbow there, which I'm not happy about, but we'll see how that goes. There's no way I'm going to be able to catch these guys out of there. Once they get into this tank, it's like, okay, do or die, because you're not going to catch them. They get in those roots and it's goodbye Charlie. But this is a beautiful big female. And oddly enough, this is like a home for wayward women fish. I don't have too many male fish in here, except for maybe the rummy nose, which I cannot identify at all. If you can, leave it in the comments below, but I got a nice school of those. And I just thought I'd just bring you guys in for the update, let you see what's going on with the tanks. Got a whole bunch of Gadeids in there. I'll be moving these guys shortly. Look how that water level's dropped. More pothos, but a bunch of Gadeid fry. You can see my parents are getting bigger. Quite a few of the fry are getting big. I got a lot of them there. I'll give you an update on that at another time. And as far as that, I think I'll be out and just leave you with that. If you like content like this, click the subscribe button. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. I do it for the hobby, not for the pay, because you ain't gonna get rich like this. And I enjoy fish. If you are in the New York area and looking for a happy-go-lucky fish club, check out the Brooklyn Aquarium Society at basny.org. We meet the second Friday of every month at the New York Aquarium, and for more information, you can check out our website. So, till next time, this is D from Brooklyn, keeping my sanity by keeping fish. I'm gonna find my little fisherman in there. I haven't seen him in a while. There he is, still trying to catch those fish. See you, everybody.